Hello. It's been too long ago. I haven't seen you. I'm back again. I decided to not stop sharing art with you. Let's fall directly into the story today. Van Gogh. A nice Vincent van Gogh again, because I thought this week a Van Gogh will be auctioned. It's this painting, which I have a illustration of on my smartphone. Let me get it for you. Here, it's a windmill landscape that Vincent van Gogh made in his period in 1886, 1887, when he was with his brother Theo. Of course, I can't show you that windmill because it's in a private collection. It's going to be sold at Sotheby's for approximately 10 million euros. I think it will go through the roof and fetch much more money with that. So that being really like the latest art historical news, why not share a Van Gogh windmill with you? It happens to be the fact that I have one on my hands here. This is a wonderful Van Gogh windmill, which has a really splendid provenance. As I told you, the back of a painting is always, it's like the passport, and we know from even the old inscription here that this one is from 1886. That's the year that Vincent joined his brother Theo to Paris. He was fed up with Holland, and Holland didn't understand him, etc., etc. So he's actually quite a nasty man, the Van Gogh. So he went to Paris, where he, of course, discovered the colors and the techniques of Impressionism, and lived with his brother on the Rue Lepic. His brother Theo forbade him, by the way, something that he loved to do, employ prostitutes, and they became his models. He didn't do that much in his Parisian period. He used himself. So if you see a Van Gogh self-portrait, 9 of the 10 times, it's done in 1886 or 87, because he doesn't use prostitutes anymore, but himself as a model. Well, what he drew and painted a lot is the landscape of Montmartre, where he was. Here is a wonderful windmill. Let me tell you a bit about Montmartre in the 19th century. Montmartre was the place to be for artists in the late 19th century, because it was technically not part of Paris. It was outside of the tax borders of Paris. And that had for artists, that had a really nice result, because you didn't have to pay taxes on prostitutes and on drinks and booze. So drinking and fucking was basically cheaper in Montmartre, and that's why every artist in the 19th century flocked to Montmartre. Montmartre was also a bit rural. As you see, it wasn't swallowed up by Paris yet. So you had vineyards, you had places where they grew vegetables and fruits, and where they had windmills, which of course was for Vincent van Gogh very much something from home, the Dutch thing that he longed back to. All these windmills aren't there anymore, but you may know a windmill in Paris, which is the Moulin Rouge. The Moulin Rouge was basically a red windmill in the 19th century, where farmer girls would dance for you and do naughty things if you paid a few sous, a few francs for them. So the Moulin Rouge was actually a windmill, much like this one that Vincent drew, actually. This is a chalk drawing by Vincent van Gogh that I have in my hands here. A lovely detail, by the way, that Van Gogh just arrived in Paris, and he has here, you see the French flag, but he made a little mistake. The blue, the white, and the red are not in the right consequence. So he fucked up a little bit on the on the French flag there. It's a wonderful pastel color. So you see the pastels roughly applied. He almost gives the windmill a halo. It's like this big, almost godlike thing, and the crosses of the windmill, very, very Dutch, are almost like the cross of the Redeemer, Christ. Vincent van Gogh was always, although he was quite an asshole, a religious man. It's a wonderful, wonderful drawing, executed really quickly. You can still see, if you look underneath the wings of the windmill, you see the brown underground. So that's still the paper of the drawing. The drawing, by the way, is not signed. So normally he would sign with Vincent, and that was only for the drawings and pictures that he wanted to sell. So everything that he didn't sign was meant for him and Theo, for their eyes only. So if you go to the Van Gogh Museum today, you see unsigned Vincents and sketches. He would have never liked it for them to be exhibited. Thank God this piece survived and is now in my hands in a private collection in Amsterdam, and I'm happy to share this with you. I'm glad to be back, and I'll come back with more art if you want. Maybe a nice winter landscape next time. Bye bye.